by Des, and her Instagram handle is Desdana. So I was like, is that her full name? Is it Desdana? I've been confused all along. And we've had a little bit of technical difficulties, and so we're doing this by phone. I've got my little microphone. I've got my computer recording, so I sure hope this plays back. But where are you? Are you in St. George?
I am.
Okay, St. George.
I'm in St. George.
Okay, and my face still looks like a lobster because I went into Dr. Cope and he did microneedling, and I'm glad because my little square on Zoom is small and your face is bigger, so I can't, although my Instagram notifications are coming up. I wonder if they can see that. They probably can. So sorry, you guys. This is kind of an experiment with my phone on Zoom. Microphone's working and the computer, so we hope it works. Okay, so tell me about you. Just a little introduction.
I am a wife of 24 years this year. We have 3 girls and stroke survivor.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, let's just get right into it. I wanted to talk to her because, first of all, as I sat here, as we were trying to figure out Zoom and it wasn't working, and she's fidgeting with the computer and trying all different ways to get the sound to work. I'm like, oh my heck, she's doing all of this one-handed. I mean, how long have you been, right? I mean, it's just like second nature to you, but you have been one-handed now for how long?
A little over 8 years.
8 years. Okay, so back it up. What happened? How did you, I mean, was this just like some freak stroke?
No, I was 36 at the time, and it was definitely not a freak act. Okay, let me start over. I have vascular malformations throughout my brain.
Okay.
And they bleed on the brain, causing epilepsy. And I would have seizures so bad.
Really?
I have so many funny stories.
Like seizures where, like, no. Are these the ones that are violent, or are these the ones where you just kind of are staring?
Yeah, well, both.
Oh my gosh.
A little bit of both. Yeah. So they started when I was 12, 13. And they started out just the staring. For a while, I would see static in my eyesight. But then and then I started to convulsing, not breathing and stuff. And then with every single pregnancy of mine, I think the increase of blood flow, this is my theory, because the doctors are still, their flabber has been gasted, basically, you know? Like, they don't have a real definite reason, but this is just kind of what I've pieced together, and I just think with the increased blood flow with pregnancy, that it just made the bleeding on the brain worse.
Yeah.
And so after each birth, my first child, it was 6 months after she was born, I had brain surgery because the blood, when it is these vascular malformations, they're kind of like blackberries, just twisted in my brain, and they would just bleed. And whatever is not absorbed by the brain will calcify, and I believe that is iron that is not calcified.
So did you not find, was this something you were born with?
So things didn't start until I was 12 or 13, that they had taken CAT scans and MRIs and everything like that. And I mean, they had no idea.
Where were you when you had your very first one where it was serious?
School.
Oh, of course you were.
I was in junior high. It was fabulous. It was. I was in an art class. It it could not have been, like, everything is mapped out in my life is just amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, everybody's gonna think I'm such a loser. I'm not going to have any friends. And then come to find out after that happened, two of my really good friends, guy friends, they're like, I have seizures too.
No way.
And so it's just, we had like a seizure squad. Like, and the thing is like, they weren't like, this sounds so mean, but they weren't like nerdy. They were like popular kids. And so I was just like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
You know? And it's like, and I don't know if I'm saying this right, but I call it compensation blessings from God. He's like, you're going to be going through some hard times, but I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of these throughout your life.
I love that.
And, you know, because it's just like, oh, I could go on forever.
Yeah, well, so have you ever been, like, injured from a seizure where you've hit your head or you've fallen? Like, did you have to wear... Yeah. I know there's a little neighbor girl down the road. I think she's got, like, a cushion helmet or something if it just happens to strike.
No, no helmets, no nothing like that. But because I was good when I was, like, a teenager and everything. It wasn't until my adulthood and after children did these really big ones hit. I think the biggest one that I can think of was, and this was when after we moved to St. George, we moved here from Sandy, but I was blow drying my hair, and I was completely dressed. I was wearing jeans, everything like that, and my middle child, Macy, was getting ready for school, and I was just like, I'll just hurry and blow dry my hair. I had a seizure, and it was so bad that I knocked myself over, hit the toilet seat off with my head. But then it didn't stop it there. The blow dryer got pinned up against my leg with, like, the hot part right against my leg. And so through the pants and everything else,
burned you.
It just gave me, like almost a 3rd-degree burn.
So could you, I mean, this is like such a stupid question because I'm totally ignorant, but when you have a seizure, I mean, you're not cognitively there, or were you know you're seizuring and you could feel the burn, or did you not know any of what happens until you come out of it?
No, no. You don't know anything. Come out. No, my daughter, she even still feels terrible to this day about it. She's like, I should have known. And I said, you were 5. And why would she have known? To know? I don't, because she was downstairs just watching TV. And so it's crazy. But anyway, yeah, I am not cognitive when it's happening. I think there's been 1 or 2 that have happened where I'm like a little bit awake, like something's not right, but I can't speak.
Oh my gosh.
I just look like my husband has like talked to me, and I just look at him because it's just like I give him the look like, what are you talking to me for? You know I can't speak.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and I only asked that question because you said your vision goes staticky and you were aware of it. So I didn't know if sometimes, if they're smaller than others, if you can kind of like know that something's wrong.
Yeah, it just, when they first started when I was a teenager, they started like that with the static, and like I would see shooting lights behind my eyes.
Oh my gosh.
And it was so weird.
And how long did the one in the bathroom last? Did you do that all on your own by yourself?
Yeah, I don't know how long it lasted.
How long do they
So the
usually
blow dryer
last?
was on there forever. A good minute to 3 minutes. It just depends.
Which feels like an eternity.
Yeah, for
Holy
me,
cow.
and even more for my family.
Oh. So how
Yeah.
old are your kids?
My oldest, her name's Alex, and she is 18. And then Macy is almost 16. And then the youngest is Ruby, and she just turned 10.
So they've all experienced watching mom have a seizure, small ones and big
Yeah.
ones. And are there
Yeah.
medications that you take to keep it at bay or prevent it?
Yeah. I take one morning and night, and then one just at night. So.
And do you feel like, does it help? I mean,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah. It makes me super drowsy.
Huh.
And it just, I zone out. But if I get some sleep, I'm okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's just what you know. So tell me about the stroke. Like, was that caused from a seizure or?
No. So, well, the root of the problem, yes.
Yeah.
So I had 3 brain surgeries. So when the malformation would bleed onto the brain, it would leave like, the doctors would always call it glitter on my brain because it was calcified iron. And so it would just stay on my brain. And they would actually, they're like, we can actually go in and resect the area and not take it out, but just kind of clean it up and cauterize around it. I don't understand it. My husband does. But they had to do that 3 separate times and one after each child.
Wow.
And so after the stroke, the doctor was just like, maybe hold off on the kids. And I, absolutely.
Yeah. So did it help, this resection?
Yeah, I feel like it did. I feel like it helped a lot.
But how was recovery after brain surgery? Was that horrible?
Which one? No,
oh
I'm
my
just
gosh.
kidding. No, it was so weird. The first brain surgery, I remember being back at home, and I'm like, okay, I'll just, they just say rest. Of course, there's exercises that you need to do to make sure you're healthy and all of that. But I remember trying to read a book because I love to read, and all I saw was like floating letters.
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't put any of it together. Nothing stuck.
Nothing was connected.
It was just like, it was like a sea of words,
No
and I was
way.
just like,
that's so interesting because like usually we think of like bones and ligaments and muscles healing, but not like the brain muscle. And how interesting that it's like on overload and healing. And so did that eventually clear up and become normal again?
I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it did. It was pretty, I feel like it was pretty good after each brain surgery. First brain surgery, I asked the doctors, I said, how much are you going to need to shave my head? Just tell me, yes or no. So I know what to wake up with. And they said, no, we'll have to just probably cut a little pathway around what we need. But we'll leave the rest of the hair. And I was like, okay, I can handle that. I can comb over whatever I need to. I can make it work. And so I went in just fine. I came out of it, and there's no way I'm going to touch it because it was like cut all the way across my head.
Oh my gosh.
I know that's probably kind of gross, but anyway, my husband Phil didn't say anything. My family didn't say anything except for one brother. And he didn't come until in the evening after it had happened. And he's like, oh, yes, you're so cool. And I was like, for having brain surgery? He's like, no, you look like a samurai. And I'm like, a samurai? What is samurai? He's like, yeah, bald in the front, party in the back.
Oh, no.
And I said, what? He's like, yeah, your ponytail, but you have no hair. It's pretty cool. He's like trying to pump me up, make me feel better about it.
But you hadn't even seen it yet.
No.
So they said they'd take a section, but didn't quite tell you that they'd shave the whole front part of your head. Is that right?
No, nothing. They're like, oh yeah, just a little pathway.
And then you wake up bald.
They're liars.
Oh, did you cry? Like, were you devastated about that?
Yeah. Well, because there's no way I'm going to touch it. That's nasty.
Yeah. And you're not going to take the hair from the back and, like, pull it over.
I can't do that. That's just not going to work, right?
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh. And my husband, like, when my brother said that, I looked over at Phil, and he was looking at my brother going,
yeah. Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. So that one wasn't pretty. But the recovery on that one was great. The surgery of that one did not help much.
Shoot.
I'll just say that.
Yeah, and it's like
into seizure.
Oh my gosh, it's like this invasive surgery that, like, I mean, they open your head and your brain for it not to do anything. Like,
yeah.
Was that the second or third time?
Just a 2x2 square,
But still,
they're like, cool. You have some screws that are what are they? They dissolve after a while, after your brain's healed. And I'm just like, awesome. Where's my sticker for that? Yeah. Kind of thing. It's just
so you're like, yeah. I have loose screws in my head, like you can literally say it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I know. Oh, I do.
All the words. Oh, that's good that you have a good sense of humor about it.
Oh, that's the only way you can get through life.
Yeah. So when you had this stroke, was that quite different than the seizure?
Oh, yeah. So, my third brain surgery, first and second brain surgery were fine. Didn't help much, either one. Third brain surgery, it was a little bit later. It was like almost 7 years later from the first surgery. That makes sense. And so things had improved in the medical field. And so I had a really good neurosurgeon that did the second and the third. And I was just like, I'm put all my trust in you, because he's a really good guy. He doesn't have much of a personality, but we're good. I guess.
Yeah, you're like, I don't need the personality. I just need the brains.
I know. Well, we've got the brains, and so we're good.
Yeah.
But like, he was just really hard to read, like a lot of doctors are sometimes. But he forgot to tell us that I had a stroke during surgery.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I woke up in the neuro ICU, and it's all glass walls, and so I could see right to the nursing station, and nobody was there. The beeper was on my left hand, because I'm usually right-handed, right? So this hand was holding the beeper, and I was like, the buzzer. And so I was like, I've got to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, gosh, beeping, no nurses, nothing. So my husband wasn't there. He hadn't gotten into the room yet. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is the third one. It's not my first rodeo, cliche saying. I know which cords to unplug, what to do. Yeah. I can still walk. And so I went and grabbed all the cords, and I went to go get out of the bed. And since my right side was prominent, I rolled over to just roll out of bed. My head hit the floor.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. You're right. It's like, what part? What isn't working? Because I just thought it was your hand that wasn't working. I mean, your right arm.
No, it's just, and that's the thing, is partially paralyzed. Like, I can lift it and like I can wiggle fingers. And I can walk, I can drive, because my left side's great. My right side, it's like partially paralyzed. Just something.
But yeah, when you're expecting to get up and just put weight on your foot, and it has nothing, you fall,
nothing,
hit your head, and why weren't the stinking nurses answering the beeper? When did they finally come in?
So at that point though, my entire right side was completely paralyzed. Like, I couldn't wiggle extremities on my right side. Nothing. No toes. And so I hit the floor, and the next thing I remember, I don't know how long it was until they came in, but I woke up, nurses, doctors all around my head. They're Russian, and my husband was there, and he's just like, Tess, don't move. It's okay. Everything's being taken care of. You're good. Just hold real still. And I was like, why am I on the floor? Really confused. And
I mean, did your head wound open? I mean, were you bleeding? Like, I mean, you had just had freaking surgery, brain surgery.
Yeah, brain surgery.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I don't recall any more bleeding, but it could have been.
And most importantly, did you wet your pants?
I know. I have a history of wetting and pooping my pants.
Like in a seizure. Yeah. You have no control.
No control.
Oh, that's awful.
Out of control. So
But this wasn't a seizure, right? But this isn't a seizure. This is you just falling. Did it knock you out?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you got knocked out.
I don't even remember hitting the floor. Last thing I remember is going to my right side, and the next thing I see are doctors and nurses all over all over my body. Jeez. Checking all of my vitals, doing all of that stuff. And so, yeah, that's all I remember from that. So.
And that was brain surgery number 3? Mm-hmm. The third one.
That was the stroke. And so I code blue.
Like in surgery?
No, out of surgery. I was in the neuro ICU.
Is code blue like when there's a death threat?
Yeah.
That's what it is?
I guess.
Like, did your heart stop or something?
I have no idea.
You just don't even know.
Not that I know of.
So, did he know, the doctor, at that time that you had a stroke? Or did they not know until you... Mm-hmm. How can they tell in a surgery that you're having a stroke?
The blood clot.
Oh my gosh.
So, I guess they were... Because it was deeper in my brain than the other two. Mm. And they were doing a lot of work in there. So, they were in there for a long time. Too long, too deep, right? And so... It nicked a blood vessel, caused a hemorrhage and a blood clot. So
it could have been prevented. I mean, it didn't have to happen.
Yes, it could have been prevented, but this is what I'm supposed to do, right?
Yeah. So when they told you, oh my gosh, you've had a stroke during surgery.
Oh no, they didn't tell me. I had to ask.
What do you mean?
Right. So, Phil asks nurses and everything around us, what happened? Why can't she move her right side? And, they're like, well, you'll need to talk to the doctor about that. And so I am placed back into bed, and, the surgeon comes in with the MRI slaps the x-ray up onto the x-ray box. And my husband just said, did she have a stroke? And he's like, oh yeah, she had a stroke right over here. So and he throws all this mumbo jumbo at us. And my husband was furious. He's like, you didn't think to tell us beforehand.
Yeah. And what did he say? Like, well, were they just trying to cover themselves?
I guess. But at the same time, everyone's always like, oh, I'd sue the hospital. I signed a waiver, right? This could be a fatal surgery. And I was aware of that.
Yeah.
This is something that that needed to be fixed.
But it was just like, you're not going to sue the hospital, but it would be courteous to say, we're so sorry that this happened and that we were in there for too long and too deep. And I mean, did he give you any, was he sorrowful? Did he give you any kind of courtesy like that?
That's kind of why I said he didn't have much of a personality.
Uh-huh.
He's just
brains only, but apparently maybe he didn't have that many brains either. Is that terrible?
No, he does an excellent job, but just a little too long, I guess. I don't know.
Dang it.
But that's okay.
So,
it's okay. So
yeah, what has life been like without, you can walk, I mean, can you feel your face?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I can feel it. I can feel my oldest. Okay, first of all, my family, we're hilarious, I think. My kids, I love my family. So, they love to laugh with me.
Yeah.
And, at first everyone was a little bit nervous because they didn't want to hurt my feelings. And I'm just like, the only way I'm going to heal is through laughter.
Yeah.
That's the only way. And this is the only way I can cope, is just laughing about it, because it's I'm sure I look pretty dumb.
Yeah.
I know I do. I've seen videos.
Oh no.
Not dumb, but just goofy. And that's okay. It's me. It's my personality. But my oldest, she always likes to come up and pinch my arms and stuff. Can you feel that? And so I'll just give her one of these.
Can you feel it?
Yes.
Oh, you can feel it. You're like,
Oh, I can totally feel it. So I just go after her. No, we love each other so much, but we just tease each other.
Do you know,
like crazy.
That reminds me, because my dad is an amputee, so he has a prosthetic leg, and he was on his mission with his companion, giving a discussion to some potential investigators, and his companion, my dad's pouring his heart out in testimony, and his companion is cracking up, just laughing hysterically. And my dad looks at him like, what are you ruining this moment? And he was laughing because there was a mosquito on his prosthetic leg, trying so hard to suck something, but it was just wood, So he was just uncontrollably laughing, just picturing the frustration of this mosquito on his prosthetic leg. But you're like, no, I can feel it. But so you can feel your hand if you touch it.
Oh yeah.
It just doesn't. Is it just hand. Nerve damage? Because when I broke my wrist, I couldn't move my fingers. Can you go like this?
And if you give me time, I can move them.
You can do it.
But my pinky and my ring finger, my middle finger's pretty good. That comes up pretty easy too.
Oh, that is so funny.
No, no, it doesn't come up very easily. I just, just my.
You just are coping with laughter.
Laughter. So, yeah, that's about it. I mean, I can lift my arms. My kids, we just all laugh. They're not laughing at me. They were laughing with me. And I ask that they do.
Yeah.
Because it's just I'm sure I look goofy trying to do things. I just remember having dinner one night around the table, and we were talking. It was a Sunday night, and we were talking about what we had learned in church. And our youngest was talking about how she had lots of questions about life after death, and what will we be like, what our bodies will be like, you know. And we were explaining it to her, and anyway, we started to, yeah. Oh, this is what it was. We were talking about roller coasters, and everybody's putting their arms up. I'm all, yeah! And we all just started laughing, and it came back to the original conversation starter of what will look like after life is I will be able to raise both my hands high above my head kind of thing and run. And so it's just like those kind of things
you hang on to.
You hang on to.
I was going to say, what's been the hardest part about all of this? Both the seizures and having paralysis.
I think the hardest part, well, not being able to put my own hair in a ponytail very well yet. That's why I cut it off. No, I'm just kidding. But I think the hardest part has been not being able to be as active as I used to be. And it's not that I really care too much about myself being active, but just active with my kids.
Yeah.
We used to go on bike rides, and it's like right now I can't, because I can't ride a two-wheeler. But I'll get there.
Yeah, you will. And what do you think has been the blessing or the gift through it all?
Oh, gosh.
That's got to be hard to search for. I mean...
Yeah. I remember one time I was really bitter afterward, and I was having a conversation with my bishop or my church leader, and I was just saying how angry I was, and I just like, why did you do this? Like, do I deserve it? But he said something to me that I was just kind of stopped me in my tracks and kind of like slapped me upside the head, kind of like, duh. But he said, you chose this. And I just kind of took me back a second, and I said, I chose this. And he said, and I thought he was talking about having the surgery in the first place. And I said, I had to have the surgery. He's like, no. In this, you know, in the pre-earthly spirit life, you know, before we came to heaven, he kind of explained it as Heavenly Father and Jesus were just passing out missions in life, right? And in my head, all I'm seeing are these two heavenly beings reading off different things that you'd have to go through, that people would have to go through life. And basically, who wants to do this one? Who wants to do that? And when they came to mine, my bishop said, you eagerly jumped at it, because he knew that it was going to be for you. Because number one, you're competitive, and number two, you have such a strong spirit. and you can do this kind of thing. And so that's the one thing that has gotten me through all this is I chose it.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain it to other people because they think I'm crazy, but I chose it, and this is my mission on life, and it's just the best thing I've gotten out of it. I just think is just to make the best out of everything.
Yeah, and with humor. That's so awesome that you have such a
humor.
This family that just cracks jokes at it all the time. Well, I have to tell you guys that when I broke my wrist and I was totally, I mean, I was handicapped. I couldn't feel my fingers. I had nerve damage. It was like deformed because all the nerves were messed. And Des reached out and sent me this that I have never taken off. This little necklace here. This is along with my little grit pearl right there. But this, it says faith and with a line and then fear. So meaning faith over fear. And I have never taken it off. And it doesn't tarnish. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, this must have been an expensive necklace because I just wear it in the shower. I wear it when I swim. You spent a lot of money on that. Like, or do you have an Etsy shop? What do you have? Do you have an Instagram page?
I don't have an Etsy shop. I just got it off of that Etsy. It's just gold plated.
Mm-hmm.
They must have just done a really good job.
Yeah, I mean, I just love it. And I often think about it, honestly. I usually don't like to wear jewelry unless it's been given to me because it's more meaningful, you know, and every ring, every necklace, aside from earrings, they don't mean much, but they always mean something. And I often, like when I was having struggles with life, I'll catch myself doing this. And I'm just like rubbing it like it's my little charm. But I think about it. It's faith over fear. Faith over fear. Have more faith. Fear not, for I, the Lord, am with you. And that's our family motto. Be of good cheer. Have no fear. And you blessed me, Des. You did. Because she's like, look, I've been without an arm for 8 years. You can do this. I know what it feels like. I know how it feels to be one-handed. I mean, my hair was it's still a hot mess, let's be honest. But like I had my sisters fixing my hair. I had my sisters washing my hair. I was changing diapers one-handed. I was putting Nico's boots and bar on one-handed. And I thought about her all the time because she said, I'm a stroke survivor. I know I have been without the use of my right hand. Is it your right hand? I don't know if it's backwards. Mm-hmm. For years. And it was like I instantly perked up. You know, I was instantly like, oh my gosh, like I'm not alone. There are other women doing this. And the difference was that my nerves healed after a year. And here you are still killing it. With one arm. Doing all of the things you could have done, you did before, and probably better. Because it all means more, right? It all means more when it's that much more difficult to accomplish, I think. And you really...
Yeah, it's personal.
Yeah.
Like, don't touch my socks. Don't put my socks on. It's personal. Totally. Don't curl my hair. It's personal.
Oh, interesting.
It's like a personal accomplishment.
Yes.
All the little things.
Well, you're killing it, Des. Keep it up. Like, you're going to inspire a ton of women here just because, you're getting through it with humor and with purpose, you know, and intention. And I am, like, honored to know you and that you sent me this. Thank you. I have not taken it off since you sent it. I'm so glad that
you still have it.
I do.
Still have it on. I was going to say one thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know you probably got to get going.
No.
Another thing that just really got me through everything too is I had a really good friend that would come to the hospital, to the stroke rehab unit, and every single day she would put either a quote or a picture or a positivity, something. And so I have to look for that picture, but I had 2 walls that were completely full of sayings and quotes.
And she stuff. Just kept adding to it. That's amazing.
Every single day. And she would just come and she would stay and talk, or she would just come and some days she'd be like, I'm so sorry, I can't come tomorrow, or this day we're going out of town, but I brought enough for those days.
Oh my
and
gosh.
so she would have my husband put those up for me. And so I have pictures of my walls. And she's so amazing. But this is one that, like, I go through every day looking at. God gives us difficulties to bring out the best in us. And so it's just, that's like my mantra for everything.
I love that.
You know, that's my saying, my quote.
Well, yeah, because difficulty, it forces you to rely on him, right? It forces you to give up doing it all on your own, you know, to stop standing and being all strong and kneeling and praying and pouring your heart out for help, you know?
Yeah.
That's amazing. What a nice friend. I'm going to do that someday. If someone that I know or love is in the hospital, I'm going to go there, because that probably was like a saving grace for you, seeing those every day.
Oh my gosh.
How long were you in there?
Shanna. 30 days.
Oh my gosh.
30 days. Yeah. So my youngest, when she was just about to turn two, I was still, like, I wasn't released from the stroke unit yet. So, like, the night before her birthday, we went and celebrated, had some cake with some friends and them, because we have no family down here. And that's another thing too, my neighborhood. Oh, I love them.
Amazing.
Anyway, we went and they checked me out, came to the birthday party, and then checked me back in, and then took me home like the next day. So it's just, it was just, it's a lot.
It is a lot.
It is.
Well, thank you for doing this and for being vulnerable and talking about it. I want to see pictures. Yeah. I want to see what she gave you. So thank you for doing this. You're an inspiration.